If you've ever tried to get big on TikTok, you know the feeling, right? It's like being on a treadmill that just keeps getting faster. It feels like a non-stop high-speed grind. But what if there's a totally different way to play the game? A way that's less about just hustling and more about building a smart, sustainable system. Today, we're going to break down a completely new approach to actually mastering the platform.
Okay, let's dive right in, because this really gets to the heart of it. On the left, you've got the old way, what we can call the physical grind. You're constantly chasing trends, doing all this manual labor by yourself, and you're just heading straight for burnout. We've all been there. But on the right, that's the new way, the system grind. Here, you're not just making videos, you're building a process. You're creating an automated workflow and focusing on how to scale smart. See the difference? It's not about working harder, it's about building a better machine.
So to really get why this new system is such a game changer, we have to talk about the pain point it solves. And that is the all too common problem of TikTok burnout. I mean, the pace of that platform is just brutal. It demands constant creation, constant engagement, and it can really wear you down.
And look, this isn't just a feeling for newbies. The person who actually developed this very system felt the exact same way. And their resistance wasn't just a gut feeling, it came from a deep understanding of how human-powered projects eventually just break. When every single video depends on your sheer effort and manual work, it's just not built to last. But then, there was this aha moment, a fundamental shift in perspective that opened up a whole new way of doing things. Instead of obsessing over the end product, the content, the focus shifted to the process itself. And that was the key. That's what unlocked a manageable and, more importantly, a scalable approach. This right here, this is where the mindset completely flips. The goal isn't just make a viral video anymore. The real objective is to build a repeatable, efficient, and always improving workflow. The content, that becomes a byproduct of having a great system in place, not the other way around.
So you might be thinking, okay, but what does that actually mean? Well, the crucial part is how this shift from focusing on content to focusing on workflow completely changes your operational logic. It takes TikTok from this overwhelming beast, especially for a solo creator, to something that's not only manageable, but super efficient.
First things first, the logic changes from seeing TikTok as a bunch of scattered, chaotic tasks like find a topic, shoot something, edit it, post it, into a single, defined, and linear process. This brings a sense of order and predictability to what can feel like total chaos. And second, and this is huge, all of that exhausting, repetitive work, you offload it. Instead of you manually copying data into a spreadsheet, formatting scripts, or tracking metrics, you hand those jobs over to automation tools. This frees up your brain power and your energy for the parts that actually matter, the creative and strategic stuff. And the final logic shift is so important. You stop reinventing the wheel every single time you post. Your system learns. It creates templates from what works, so each new piece of content you create starts by copying the last best practice. It's all about building on your wins instead of starting from zero every single time.
So, we've talked about the why, that big shift in thinking. Now let's get into the how. What does this system actually look like in practice? Well, the best way to think about it is like a finely tuned, AI-powered assembly line for your content.
And here it is. This is what that workflow looks like. It's a clear, repeatable cycle. You start with a topic, then move to script, gather your assets, edit, and then publish. But it doesn't stop there. After you publish, you collect data on how it performed. That data feeds into a weekly review. And what comes out of that review? The topic for your next video. It's a perfect closed loop, where every single video makes the next one even smarter.
So what's the engine behind this assembly line? It's all about automation. This system uses a stack of AI tools to connect different apps and automate tasks. Think of it like a digital assistant that handles all the grunt work for you, like gathering info for new ideas, generating first drafts of scripts, automatically recording performance data into a sheet, and even summarizing your weekly reviews for you. Essentially, the AI becomes what the creator of this system calls a second human, a partner that handles all the tedious stuff so you can focus on creative strategy.
Okay, so we've broken down the system, but let's bring this all back to you. Because building a system like this isn't just about making TikTok easier. It's really about picking up a powerful set of skills that apply way beyond just social media. By adopting this mindset, you're not just learning TikTok. You're actually learning the core logic of e-commerce, how to think about things like products and profit. You're learning how to build and test a minimum viable product, or MVP, super quickly. And maybe most importantly, you're getting deep, hands-on experience in using AI to make any business process way more efficient. Trust me, these are incredibly valuable skills to have in today's world. So we'll leave you with this final thought. Think about the projects you're working on right now, whether it's on TikTok or something else entirely. What would change if you shifted your focus from pure brute force hustle to building an intelligent, automated system? What could you really achieve if you were scaling smart instead of just grinding harder?